What would you do if your entire life revolved around someone else's needs? Someone who constantly demanded your parents' attention and destroyed your possessions? In today's story, our protagonist, Lily, faced this exact dilemma. And her breaking point is a masterclass in how to reclaim your own life. My name is Lily, and the title of this story probably makes me sound like a monster, but please, hear me out. My younger sister, Daisy, is severely autistic. She requires nearly constant supervision and cannot be left alone. Daisy is nonverbal and completely unable to care for herself. Despite being only 12 years old, she is incredibly destructive and violent, tearing apart anything she can get her hands on. And I hate her. It feels wrong to say it, but it's the truth. I was just 6 years old when Daisy was born, and from that moment on, I never had my parents' undivided attention. As far back as I can remember, our entire world has revolved around her. When I was 7, I was moved out of my own room and into the cold, damp basement because Daisy needed to be in the room adjacent to our parents'. All of my cherished childhood toys were systematically destroyed by her, and when I complained, my parents simply brushed me off, ignoring my pleas. Even when I was 14 and she utterly ruined a MacBook my school had provided, I was the one who ended up in trouble. On top of all this, I am constantly expected to drop everything and take care of her. I can never make plans with my friends because my parents expect me to be available whenever they need me to look after Daisy. Even on the rare occasions I do manage to carve out some time for myself, I am required to abandon my plans if they call. If I don't, I'm punished. The most recent example of this was when I went to see the new Spider-Man movie. I was grounded simply because I turned my phone off in the theater, as any considerate person would. It feels as though I am nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving Daisy completely overshadows me. Just last week, I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was ecstatic, and my parents promised they would be there, but of course, they never showed up, claiming it was because of Daisy. It's always the same story. Anytime something important happens for me, they are too busy with her. This reveals the parents' greatest fatal flaw, their inability to balance the needs of both children, ultimately sacrificing Lily's well-being for Daisy's care. I had held all of this resentment inside for so long, and it finally erupted today. I was talking about colleges with my father, discussing my future, when he joked that I should pursue a degree that would guarantee a high income so that I could care for Daisy once they were gone. I don't know exactly why, but that single comment caused me to shatter. Tears streamed down my face as I screamed about how everything always revolved around her. I cried that I was nothing more than a caretaker to them, that they always made it about her, and that I was expected to be her slave for the rest of my life. Since then, I've locked myself in my room. My parents haven't come to check on me. Many might ask, am I the asshole here? The overwhelming consensus from those who heard my story was a resounding NTA, not the asshole. As one insightful comment put it, these are perfectly legitimate and understandable feelings. You have done nothing to sign up for taking care of another human being. It's not like she's your kid, and that was wrong of your dad to joke about, because it sounds like he probably is really thinking along those lines. Another commenter echoed this sentiment, advising me to go to college far away and to make it clear to my parents that I wouldn't be taking responsibility for Daisy's care in the future, so they needed to have a plan and funding in place. The outpouring of support and love I received after sharing my story was overwhelming. I never anticipated it would resonate with so many people. After hours of reflection, I realized that I don't despise Daisy herself. It's truly not her fault that she was born with her condition. My parents eventually came to talk to me after my breakdown, but I couldn't bring myself to speak. I just cried and asked them to leave. They've made arrangements for me to stay with my grandfather for the time being, and I'm currently getting ready to go to his house. My parents want to talk, but we've all decided it's best for me to have some space and time to collect myself first. We will be sitting down and having a serious conversation about this issue later this week. This story highlights a crucial lesson. While family is important, no one should be expected to sacrifice their entire life and well-being for another, especially when it's the parent's responsibility to provide care. What do you think is the best way for Lily to navigate this difficult conversation with her parents and establish healthy boundaries for her future?